heart of Kentucky, a man is building an ark. He doesn't think he's the new Noah, but he does think the Bible story may in fact be factual, and he wants to open a theme park to make the case.
For centuries, the story of Noah's Ark has captivated imaginations around the world. But what if I told you that there was evidence to suggest that the Ark might actually be real, and that what they found inside it in Turkey would shock you to your core? In this video, we're going to delve deep into the latest claims about Noah's Ark. We'll explore the evidence that has been presented, and we'll see what experts have to say about the possibility of the Ark being real. So stay tuned till the end. Researchers claim to have discovered the actual Noah's Ark in Turkey, the legendary vessel known for saving pairs of every animal during a catastrophic flood. According to religious texts, Noah's Ark was a massive structure measuring 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Despite the bold claim, doubts persist among archaeologists and critics due to the lack of concrete evidence. The biblical account describes the Ark as a huge wooden structure surviving a global flood. But skeptics argue that preserving such a vessel over millennia is unlikely. Similar flood stories in various cultures suggest symbolic rather than historical events. Geological studies confirm ancient floods, but haven't directly linked them to the biblical narrative. The ongoing search for Noah's Ark faces challenges, including the absence of definitive proof and the difficult terrain of proposed locations. Doubt extends beyond the scientific community to theologians and historians, suggesting these narratives may convey moral truths rather than historical facts. According to religious texts, the Ark's colossal structure was divided into rooms and areas crafted from gopher wood. 3 decks accommodated various animals brought aboard in pairs for their post-flood survival. The Ark also served as a shelter for Noah, his family, and thousands of animals, showcasing one of the earliest examples of species refuge in history. The family's specific routines and methods remain a mystery, but their crucial role in ensuring the Ark's inhabitants' survival is evident in the text. God directed Noah to stockpile provisions for both humans and animals in preparation for the flood. At the center of Noah's Ark was a crucial element, a single door strategically placed, likely on its side. This door served as the only way in and out, allowing Noah's family, animals, and supplies to enter. Once everyone was on board, the door was closed, ensuring the safety of the Ark's inhabitants from the approaching flood. During the Great Deluge, an intense and prolonged biblical flood, rain poured relentlessly for 40 days and nights, covering the entire land. Noah's Ark became both a refuge and a sanctuary, navigating the flood with Noah, his family, and pairs of every living creature. Life continued within this floating realm for a surreal 150 days, depicting an ancient apocalypse. As the floodwaters gradually receded, the Ark came to rest on the high peaks of the mountains of Ararat in modern-day Turkey. These mountains, symbolizing hope and new beginnings, marked the end of the Ark's incredible journey. After the flood, Noah and his companions had to wait over a year for the earth to drain before they could leave the Ark, emphasizing themes of faith, resilience, and the enduring determination of life. The pursuit of finding tangible evidence of the Ark has captivated archaeologists, historians, and religious scholars for centuries. The mysterious mountains of Ararat, with their towering peaks and challenging terrain, continue to guard the secrets of the past, fueling our curiosity. The search for Noah's Ark has captured people's imagination for generations, leading to various theories and countless expeditions. What makes it even more intriguing is the comparison with flood stories in different cultures, like the Epic of Gilgamesh. This ancient Mesopotamian epic tells a flood story similar to Noah's, with a character named Utnapishtim building a boat based on divine instructions. The details differ, though, with Utnapishtim's boat being a large cube. Both Utnapishtim and Noah release birds to check for dry land after the flood. Utnapishtim's ark is said to have rested on the mountain of Nasir, possibly in Iraq or Iran, while the Bible claims Noah's ark settled on the mountains of Ararat in eastern Turkey. Mount Ararat has been a popular spot for those seeking the ark, drawing from ancient legend and recent discoveries, although concrete evidence is still lacking. The search for Noah's ark goes beyond exploration. It blends faith, mythology, and archaeology, connecting ancient tales with modern scientific inquiry. The quest has given rise to various theories, with Mount Nasir being a fascinating possibility alongside the well-known Mount Ararat. Excursions to these mountains range from casual treks to high-tech surveys, yet conclusive proof remains elusive. Explorers face challenges like difficult landscapes, unpredictable weather, and political fluctuations. The harsh passage of time adds to the difficulty, as any wooden structure would likely have succumbed to decay, snow, landslides, and other natural processes. Despite these challenges, the spirit of exploration endures, reminding us that the quest for Noah's Ark is a journey through the intersection of time, faith, and the enduring allure of the unknown. The quest to find Noah's Ark faces a big challenge due to the lack of clear archaeological evidence. Despite numerous reports of artifacts and abnormalities, there's no definite proof of the Ark's existence. This has sparked debates among scholars, archaeologists, and theologians who question the authenticity of these findings. Despite these challenges, the mystery of Noah's Ark continues to capture people's imagination. Throughout history, many have claimed to have discovered remains of the Ark, adding excitement to the story. Early accounts, like that of Flavius Josephus and Marco Polo, suggested the Ark might be in the mountains of Armenia. The Odessa image from the 6th century and historical accounts of sightings on Mount Ararat further fueled belief in the Ark's existence. In the late 1950s, NATO personnel stumbled upon a boat-shaped formation in Turkey near Mount Ararat. This site, known as Durupinar, matched the dimensions of Noah's Ark and caused global excitement. In the 1960s, a U.S. team led by Dr. Arthur Brandenberger investigated Durupinar, finding ship-like features and raising discussions about its ancient origin. In the 1970s and 1980s, American explorer Ron Wyatt, using advanced technology, discovered mysterious artifacts hinting at the existence of man-made structures beneath the surface. Despite these intriguing revelations, concrete evidence of Noah's Ark remains elusive, adding to the enduring mystery of its whereabouts. One intriguing discovery near the Durupinar site was large stones with holes on top, resembling stones used in ancient ships. These stones, aligned as if part of a boat, added weight to the belief that this could be Noah's Ark. The alignment with ancient maritime practices suggested it might not be just a geological formation. This find, combining modern technology with ancient stories, reignited interest in the search for the elusive Ark. In the 1990s, geologists William Ryan and Walter Pittman investigated the Black Sea to connect Noah's Ark with an ancient flood. Using advanced oceanic technology, they found evidence of significant and rapid changes in salt levels at the sea bottom. This indicated an influx of rainwater, turning a once saltwater lake into a sea. Radiocarbon dating of organic remains in sediment cores provided a chronological view of the basin's evolution. Comparing their scientific findings with flood myths from various cultures, Ryan and Pittman proposed a scenario where rising waves breached a natural dam at the Bosporus Strait, causing a cataclysmic flood as the last ice age ended. This theory aligned with flood myths from Sumerians, Babylonians, Greeks, and Romans. Some speculated this event could be the historical basis for Noah's Ark and other ancient myths. adding a fascinating layer to human history. Recent studies beneath the Black Sea revealed not just sediment layers, but the remains of submerged civilizations, including ancient buildings and tools. This discovery, showcasing a submerged world beneath the waves, has intrigued historians, archaeologists, and theologians, sparking renewed interest in the region's connection to ancient myths. Scholars are not just juxtaposing myths and geological facts. They are weaving together narratives, linking the submerged settlements in the Black Sea to potential historical significance. Mount Ararat has been a central focus in the search for Noah's Ark, but now other places are gaining attention. The Zagros Mountains in western Iran, eastern Iraq, and southern Turkey are considered as potential sites, as geologists believe Mount Ararat's volcanic origin makes it less likely to be the Ark's resting place. The Zagros Mountains, being closer to Mesopotamia and more accessible, are considered more feasible for exploration. Specific peaks in the Zagros range, like Mount Judy, Mount Pir Omar Gudin, and Mount Lubar, are suggested as possible landing sites for Noah's Ark based on historical records and linguistic analyses. Another contender is the Pamir Mountains in Central Asia, known as the Roof of the World. Some scholars think these mountains might be the actual landing site, accessible during the flood and serving as a convergence point for major mountain ranges. Throughout history, diverse civilizations and cultures in the Pamir Mountains region have shared accounts of an ancient flood, hinting at a collective memory of a significant past event. The rich biodiversity of the Pamir Mountains adds to speculation that the Ark sheltered various plants and animals or played a role in the evolution of species. In 2003, a satellite image revealed an elongated structure on Mount Ararat, known as the Ararat Anomaly, resembling Noah's Ark. Despite the visual parallels, no expedition has explored this location, and it's crucial to note that these images fall short of providing definitive proof. The objects captured could be natural rock formations, introducing uncertainty and discouraging further investigation by those searching for the Ark. In 2010, a Christian exploration team linked with Noah's Ark Ministries International claimed to find Noah's Ark evidence on Mount Ararat. They reported findings from an expedition 2 years earlier in a canyon on the mountain's south face. While generating excitement, the scientific community approached these claims cautiously. Archaeologists, however, spent nearly a year examining the rock and soil of the Durupinar Formation on Mount Ararat, suggesting human habitation evidence around the boat-shaped site from 5500 to 3000 BC. Although intriguing, this doesn't conclusively prove the biblical account, and the site is debated as naturally occurring. The researchers acknowledge the current limitations in confirming the Durupinar site as Noah's Ark. A collaborative initiative by Itu Andrew University and AICU aims for a comprehensive study, relying on soil evidence but falling short of conclusive proof. In 2021, researchers intensified efforts, analyzing rock and soil samples from the region's highest peaks. The persistent pursuit of tangible proof continues, bridging the gap between religious narratives and empirical findings from Mount Ararat's rocks and soil. In the Holy Quran, the story of Hazrat Noah serves as guidance and warning for Muslims about nations facing punishment for disobedience and mistreatment of prophets. Noah's family and selected animals boarding an ark prepared by Allah survived a massive flood, a significant event for Muslims. The tale of Noah is not exclusive to the Quran, but is also found in other holy books like the Torah, Psalms, and the Bible. Scientists, both Muslim and non-Muslim, have been on a quest to locate Noah's Ark, questioning whether the flood really happened. A recent claim comes from Chinese Christian missionaries and scientists, stating they discovered Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat in eastern Turkey after a month-long expedition. This mountain, standing at 12,000 feet, supposedly houses a 3-floor ark buried under meters of snow for over 2 centuries. In the ongoing debate about the discovery, American scientists challenge the findings, suggesting the wood samples aren't old enough to confidently declare them as the ancient ark. However, the Chinese team asserts their confidence, claiming a 99% certainty that this is Noah's Ark, constructed 48,000 years ago. The description includes 3 floors, large rooms, and wooden pillars. Despite doubts, the Chinese and Turkish Christian teams explored Holy Quran verses describing the Ark's journey, leading them to focus on Mount Ararat for 2 decades. In challenging conditions, a team claims to have found the remains of Noah's Ark on a perilous part of a mountain. Chinese expert Dean Chen shared that the Ark's interior had rooms 5 meters high and estimated its age to be 4,800 years using radiocarbon technology. Although boxes were discovered, their contents remain a mystery. The quest to find Noah's Ark has a long history, going back to World War II when a British soldier collected artifacts in Iraq. Among them was a tablet with Assyrian inscriptions detailing the story of Noah's Ark. This aligns with religious narratives and challenges the view of such stories as mere fiction. Historical artifacts, like this tablet, provide compelling reasons to reconsider the authenticity of ancient tales. Despite doubts and debates, the search for Noah's Ark persists, offering a fascinating intersection between ancient history, religious beliefs, and modern exploration. In Noah's time, ships with egg-shaped designs were common on the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. According to Surah Hud, verse 44 in the Holy Quran, Noah's Ark came to rest on a high mountain, specifically Mount Judi. In Surah Hud, the story of the prophet Noah, Nu in Arabic, and the Great Flood is narrated. The chapter recounts how Prophet Noah preached to his people, urging them to turn away from their sinful practices and worship the one true God. Despite years of patient efforts, Noah faced rejection and opposition from his people. The Babylonian inhabitants of Iraq and Syria believed Mount Judi, near the island of Ibn Omar, to be the landing site, a belief also upheld by Muslim historians. However, Christian missionaries claim the ship landed on Mount Ararat, located on the border of Armenia and Turkey. The mention of Mount Ararat in Christian traditions is linked to the book of Genesis in the Bible, where it is described as the landing place of Noah's Ark. The discrepancy in the exact location of the landing site is a point of divergence between Islamic and Christian traditions, but both agree on the central theme of Noah's Ark as a vessel of salvation during the Great Flood. In Islamic history, Mount Judi is strongly regarded as the historical landing site of Hazrat Noah during the Great Flood. Hazrat Noah, considered the second Adam among the prophets, is a significant figure in Islamic history, acknowledged as the first prophet sent to humanity. Despite facing rebellion, he persistently sought divine intervention through unwavering commitment to Allah. Following Allah's command, Noah spent over 2 years building the Ark, which played a crucial role as the salvation boat during a punishment in the form of continuous rainfall and springs pouring from the earth. Noah's Ark floated for an impressive 6 months and 8 days before finding its resting place on Mount Judi on the 10th of Muharram. As the waters gradually receded, Noah rebuilt and established the city of Khorasan, erecting the Sani Mosque, marking the beginning of a new era. After the flood, Hazrat Noah's life spanned an additional 60 years, and his enduring legacy is evident in his shrine in Lebanon, symbolizing strength and divine guidance. The book of Genesis in the Bible offers a slightly different account of the Ark's landing site. It describes the Ark coming to rest on the mountains of Ararat, Genesis 8:4. This has led to Mount Ararat in eastern Turkey becoming a popular search location for Christian denominations. Genesis also provides specific dimensions for the ark. It describes it as 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high, Genesis 6:15. However, the exact length of a cubit remains debated, leading to various estimations of the ark's size. Despite religious significance, the existence and location of Noah's Ark remain unproven by scientific evidence. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on the possibility of Noah's Ark being real. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more engaging historical explorations.